Welcome back to Inspiring Flights. I'm Stone, and I have been working on a super cool project, although it hasn't turned out the way I wanted it to. It's a scaled up SE5 biplane from Flight Test. So if you know, Flight Test released their SE5 biplane, and it's a mighty mini, so it means it's small. But I had an idea to blow it up to a bigger park flyer size, and so this is what I did. Here it is. It did not turn out the way I wanted to. Like, the structure was fine, but I messed up on the paint, so it's kind of messed up. And the motor shaft is bent, because I had this motor on a previous plane and I got it cheap from Amazon. And the motor shaft bent, so it sounds like it's a real gas motor, which vibrates the whole plane and is a pain. Alright, so I have flown this plane, if you want to call it flying. It was more like 15 seconds in the air just to check center of gravity and stuff, and it's incredibly tail heavy because of the high dihedral on the wings. There's a lot of lift generated, so it was immediately going into high alpha and stuff. So what I want to do is I want to fix that problem, glue some nose weight in, and then also I wanted to work on some scale details. I have this cool idea of making a pilot move with servos, so I'm going to get working on that, and we will check in later. Alright, so in about 15 minutes we got a fully moving pilot. I was going to draw a dashboard and, stuff to make it more scale, but when the paint job turns out so bad, it really kind of discourages me, so I just left the pilot the way it is. Okay, let's take a look at the test. All that's left to do is put some decals on. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of that pilot turning. I think it turned out pretty well. And all that's left, I still have to glue the nose weight in, and then we're ready to take the scaled up FT SE5 out for its maiden. I just want to take a quick moment before I finish putting the decals on and the machine guns, which I forgot to say. I'm going to put some machine guns on, probably more than the real SE5 had, because this can stand no chance against a Fokker DRI triplane. We need it heavily armored. But I want to take a little break and talk about scaling up airplanes, some of the things to keep in mind when you're going to scale up a design. So first of all, any Flight Test design can be really just scaled up in Adobe Acrobat or something, and everything should fit together. The only problem is when you're dealing with A folds and B folds, like right here on the fuselage, you need to make sure that it's still 0.18 the width, because when you scale one thing up, it's going to scale the whole thing up. So Josh, who's smarter than me, had some kind of paradigm where you move it a couple inches or a couple millimeters over, but I don't remember that. I just made sure it was thin enough for the foam. Another thing is, especially on the Mighty Minis, they have sometimes no airfoil underneath the wing, like this. And so if you're going to scale it up, that's going to put more wing loading on, and thus you need to have a stronger wing. The reason I didn't improvise a bottom sheet of foam here is because I assumed with the bottom wing, the struts, that it would have enough rigidity, and it did. It flew alright for 15 seconds, and the wings didn't bend. Another thing to keep in mind is the poster board. I went and stayed with the poster board, but if you're going to scale up a design that has poster board turtle decks or hatch covers, it might be a good idea to improvise foam board to give it a stronger body. Other than that, I think we're ready to finish this up, and this is going to be pretty epic. Alright, so after many rainy days, we're out here. It's sunny, it's bright. We got an SE5 to fly with a movable pilot. I'm going to get this hooked up and we're going to take to the air. I have put more nose weight in it, so it should fly better, but I make no promises. It could be a colossal SE5 explosion. Let's get it up in the air. Alright, here we go. Battery fell out. Here we go again. Come on, get up there. So our pilot fell off, but here we go, round 3. Oh. flying though. It's flying. Whoa. This thing's weird. I'll tell you that much. Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Oh! Well, that was a pretty hectic flight right there. And it shoved the firewall deep inside the motor. So clearly this doesn't have much power, but I'm not done with this. I'm going to put a bigger motor in and we'll check in later. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a great day.